Good morning. Sunday morning. Another gloomy day. But Bella decided to come be with me this morning. So I'm a happy woman. I thought I would tell y'all more about Big Tom. I ran a short on him because he's so adorable. But he has a history that it's a miracle of God that he is alive, and I mean a miracle of God. Because he was a feral cat, and I used to feed him some, and with 3 or 4 other cats, which we did capture them and take them and get them fixed. But I never did take him because he would get gone. But he would come and eat, and he would be gone. Well, he was a sweet cat, and he would let me pet him some, you know. He acted kind of like he liked me. Well, one day I came home, and that cat was laying right by my steps, and he was half dead. He had been hit by a car. His jaw was broken. His front leg had been run over. They thought his hip was destroyed. Well, I didn't know what to do, but the lady, the sweet cat lady, I call her, Beverly, I called her up and I said, what can I do? One of these feral cats that comes here all the time, there goes Bella, has been hit by a car. See, Grantline Road in front of me is really a busy thoroughfare, and he would go across the road and back, and he never got any trouble. But he got hit by a car, so he drug himself, and he was bleeding, and his face was a mess. He still looks kind of strange. Well, sweet cat lady come, and she had a friend that was a vet, and the vet came with her. And they looked at him, and they said, we don't know, because I had carried him, picked him up and carried him, he couldn't walk, into the house and laid him in a bed out on the porch. And they said, well, I tell you what, we'll take him and see if we can save this cat. So they took him, and they had to feed him with an eyedropper. You may have seen where I talked a little bit about that. And would you believe they fed him for a couple of weeks, and he got so he could chew soft food, which was a miracle of God, because we was praying for that cat. He was a lovely cat, as you can see. So after a week or two, he started kind of eating again, and his leg got better. It wasn't broken, it was just bruised real bad. His jaw got better. So they brought him back to me, and they said, what do you want to do with him? I said, well, I'll try to find him a home. So I run ads on Facebook and every place, neighbors, wherever. Could not find that cat a home. Well, I had a good girlfriend that was dying with ovarian cancer. And you know about ovarian cancer. It's so bad. Hey, Bella, get back here. You got to help me make this video. Got my coffee from McDonald's, and you know what? This is a happy day, folks. We're going to the Overlook down at Leavenworth. That's a restaurant that overlooks the Ohio River. You get just a beautiful view sitting there eating your lunch. So we're going down there today, and we're hoping 967 Andy, you know, the fishing man, he's got a YouTube channel where he gives you all kinds of tips and stories and stuff on fishing. I mean, that man is good, and he's been a friend to James, number 3, probably for 30 years. But anyway, he's supposed to meet us down there. We're looking forward to that. And my brother, Den, and his wife, Patricia. Now, my brother, Den, he tells me whether my YouTube is good or bad, what I do. He tells me the truth. And he said about one of them one day, he said, well, that one was kind of slow. That's okay. I said, I know it was slow that day because I have my times, you know, where I'm a little slow. Look, she has decided. See, she's the one that decides what she wants to do. I don't decide. I hope. Hey, how you like my new outfit? I thought this was pretty. I love this color. It's so different. Now back to Big Tom. My girlfriend, Holly, had ovarian cancer, and she came to visit me, her and her husband, because her husband worked for James. And you know, that cat just took up with her like, this is my new owner. She said, can I have him? I said, I've been looking for him a home. Take him home. Well, we tried to get him in a cage. You cannot get that cat in a cage. I said, well, Holly, you'll have to hold him in your lap. She said, no problem. He jumped right up in her lap. She took him home. And that cat was such a comfort to Holly when she was so sick. I mean, he just stayed right with her. It was like that was his job. And that's why I call him the rescue cat that rescued Holly for about 3 months, and she was gone, and he stayed there with her. Well, after she passed away, and she was so young, she left a 10-year-old girl and a young boy about 6, which was really hard to lose a mother. So Harold, the daddy, was taking care of them, and he just couldn't handle taking care of a cat also, because Holly did that almost right up to the end till she was in the hospital. So he said, what can I do with this cat? So I said, well, I'll come get him. I'll try to hunt him a home again, and maybe we'll find him a good home. So I went and we tried to put him in a cage. Harold says, I got a cage. We could not get that cat in the cage. So I brought him back home. But the thing I had to do is he had to ride in Harold's lap. He knew Harold. So he rode in Harold's lap while I drove. And I brought the cat back to my house. Well, he said, this is where I belong. And he must, because he's still here. And he's a nice cat. And I fell in love with him after he stayed. And I says, I don't believe I'll hunt him a home. I believe he's found his home. And Bella likes him. They get along well. So we're just a happy cat family this morning. Looking forward to the rest of the day. I'm going to run to Myers and pick me up some ham. Old-timey ham, you know, biscuit ham that you can put on egg and biscuit with ham, just little slices. That's what I like for breakfast a lot of times. So y'all have a blessed day, and I love you, and thanks for all your comments. It really is marvelous. And I did see that Jared King TV, that he had been having some health problems, and we're praying for him. It's with his heart, and he was talking about it, and he's such a wonderful man. He's one that when he first spotted me, he said, I felt a vibe, and he started recommending me to his people, and Grandma passed him up. I thought he was wonderful, and he is, because James and I had been watching him before I ever heard tell of him. You know, we watched his Appalachian stories because they were interesting. And it reminds me of when I was raised down Mink Holler and those places. So anyway, his has come up now, and I can shout him out. He shouted me out. Now I can shout him and Queen Laura TV out and Spooky Appalachia out. I get to shout people out. That's a miracle of God. And I think all of this is a miracle of God, because Grandma did not plan on being grandma to the world, but I'm happy doing it. Who would have dreamed? Not this woman. But here I am, for better, for worse. You got me, and I love it. And y'all are sending so many comments, and I'm working on some. And they may be a little late, but I'm getting to them. God bless you in Germany, Switzerland, South America, and so many places. And you know, I always think about the Lord and the scripture. And I was thinking this morning, this may go a little longer, about Proverbs 31 woman. And you know, I've always made money one way or another, even when we were on the evangelistic field. And it says that she sells things. Read Proverbs 31 to the last verses of how a woman is a blessing to her husband. She gets up and takes care of things and looks after her household, and she buys a field and sells her whatever she raises. And the Proverbs 31 woman does a lot of things that blesses the family. And I've always tried to do that, and I've always made money one way or the other. And here I am now. I got $74 supposed to be coming once it gets to 100 from YouTube. I didn't plan on that, but see, the Lord goes before us and makes the crooked places straight, and it says that, and you can look that up. So I tell you what y'all need to do is look that up, because it's such a blessing that you know that the Lord is going before you and leading and directing you when you ask Him and give your life to Him. And I told you, you can receive Jesus anywhere you're at. He hears you. He's knocking on your heart's door. I've seen that a lot. So be blessed. And I love the Lord, and I'm working for Him. I believe this is a type of ministry that I can share my love of Jesus to you all. I couldn't make it without Him, friends. And He's got me this far, and He'll go with me to the end. And I'm a happy woman. God bless y'all. I get to talk and can't quit, but I'm quitting. Lord bless you. I'm going to turn it off. And you know, I don't like look cross-eyed, so I just do stuff like this, and then I reach over and turn it off, and my coffee cup looks pretty good. Bye-bye.